Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
En Lowe's tenemos grandes inventarios disponibles en cientos de productos que los profesionales necesitan todos los días, como tejas, concreto, madera y más. Y ahora te los entregamos al día siguiente directamente en tu obra. Empieza hoy y ordena en línea o visita el mostrador para pros en tiendas. Disponible de lunes a sábado en artículos selectos en inventario solo en el área metropolitana de Charlotte, sujeto a disponibilidad. Para pedidos hechos antes de las 4 p.m. Más detalles en el mostrador para pros.
What's up? It's your boy, The Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
And away we go. Welcome to season 16, episode number 3596. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and Mike Hall. Montgomery! And you are the Men's Room. On tap today, the return of Who Sucks Less. We will play Profile This, plus headlines, the Men's Room Shot of the Day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite TV Time with Ted.
Click, clack.
All right, here we go. Pennsylvania residents called 911 because a giant African tortoise was walking down the road. Meanwhile, a Bitcoin millionaire who retired at 35 says it's boring living in his 8-bedroom abode. Delaware man robs bank, then deposits money into his account using the ATM outside. A poisonous snake slithers out of a Christmas tree, but the family cats take it in stride. And a woman is suing Heineken because their non-alcoholic beer she thinks could get her drunk. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
All the bitches, good day to you and yours. All right, 'tis the season, as they say. It's December, and the quote-unquote holidays are in full swing. And with that, so are Christmas decorations. And God knows that people go all out to decorate for Christmas. That's why it should come as no surprise that 10% of Americans have injured themselves while setting up a Christmas tree. Now, a lot of that has to do with the fact that about 18% of us are drunk when we set up our Christmas tree. People have also injured themselves on broken ornaments and by falling off of the ladder while setting up the Christmas tree. And all of that, however, pales in comparison to the South Carolina man who was on his roof hanging Christmas lights. Then he fell off the roof, and then he died. Now, look, it might sound crazy, but he's not alone. In 2019 alone, 14,800 people were treated in the ER due to holiday decorating-related injuries. Hell, in a 9-year period, 270 children were involved in, are you ready for this one, Ted? Santa-related injuries. This includes falling off of his lap, and in one case, a girl had to go to the ER because she tripped when she was running away from Santa in fear. It's true.
Does that count elf maulings?
There are the occasional elf maulings, yeah. They were not figured into these numbers. Now, apparently Christmas is just deadly everywhere. A family in South Africa, they just finished decorating their tree when they discovered a boom sling. So what's a boom sling? I'm glad you asked. A boom sling is the most venomous snake in South Africa. But this isn't all about Christmas. The holidays include Hanukkah, or as we know it, Chanukah, which, by the way, this year it ran from November 28th to December 6th. Well, a family's home burned to the ground due to an unattended burning menorah. Hey, man, you stuff 8 or 9 candles in there, things are going to happen. But look, not all holiday disasters are just injury and death. Sometimes it's food gone wrong, whether it is undercooked or your food poisoned your entire family. Speaking of family, a lot of times, well, they can ruin the holidays as well. Today, we just want to know, in honor of the holidays being upon us, what was the holiday disaster?
Be part of the big show. Call 206-421-ROCK. You can like the Men's Room on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live. And send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Find the gifts Dad craves at Lowe's. Right now, you can save on select Skill Power Core 12 tools that feature 25% longer runtime and have patented cooling technology. Save $10 off the Skill Power Core 12 brushless drill driver kit, now just $59.98. Or upgrade Dad's toolbox and save $30 on the 5-tool brushless combo kit, now just $169. There's nothing sweeter than Father's Day at Lowe's. Offer valid 6/9 through 6/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
Everything is better electrified. Like the guitar, toothbrushes, or cars. And Hyundai has a wide range of electrified vehicles, including the first ever Tucson and Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. You can use electric when you want it or gas when you need it. It's your journey. Evolve it beyond the pump in the 2022 Tucson or Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer or learn more at HyundaiUSA.com. Only available in select states. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
99.9 KISW.
All the Joes, and away we go. Welcome to season 16, episode number 3,596. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. The very last Who Sucks Less of the year. Tell us you didn't kill us today, Steve.
No, man. You'll love these people. They're great.
You gave us a break finally since we're here at the end of the year.
Absolutely. Why would I bring up horrible people in the holiday season?
Yeah, exactly. I know it's difficult for you to find these stories.
It really is. It's a struggle, man.
It's not easy to find people who do bad things.
We have this entire internet, right? There's billions of things, and I just can't find bad people.
That's amazing. Yeah, Who Sucks Less coming up. Men's Room Happy Hour today. Exclusively on the Odyssey app. Turns out you guys are actually listening to this thing. We found out today.
Yeah, we've only been asking for months. But yeah, we found out today.
It was 88 episodes. We finally got a little info on that. So thank you. If you've tuned into the Men's Room Happy Hour, again, we leave the airwaves here at KISW. Head on over to the Odyssey app for a little extra segment, more Men's Room, Monday through Friday at 6. And we call it the Men's Room Happy Hour. And get to discuss some topics that we can't exactly get into here on the air. It is an adult-only segment. As yesterday we went over a list of some of the biggest trends in Pornhub over the year that was. And
I was amazed.
The noise.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that was going to happen.
It was going to happen. It's going to happen.
It would happen later, man.
Well, today on the Men's Room Happy Hour.
When I came in today, I told Mike, we should just shut it down. So there's going to be people all day in here.
Here's the deal. They have decided to have the Odyssey holiday party this afternoon right here, right beside our studio. This will start at 4 o'clock and last till probably around 6 or so. So the plan is, I believe today on the happy hour, we're probably going to pull some coworkers in.
They'll be drunk by then.
That we haven't seen all year. I'll find out how their year was because we really haven't seen a lot of people in here. And
that is not a joke.
And they will be probably inebriated at that point. We'll say our farewells to one of our favorite coworkers if we can. Shows up. So it's going to be a good Men's Room Happy Hour today. So download the Odyssey app. Here's what you do: search for the Men's Room. Then you'll see the channel, the Men's Room Happy Hour. Now, that's in the midst of hundreds of channels that are absolutely free on the Odyssey app. Ours only goes live at 6. So it's only active when we go on the air for the happy hour. You turn on that channel right now, They're probably, I don't know, doing the Star-Spangled Banner and having the jets fly.
We don't even get that.
Then there's
nothing.
You know, you got it 2 o'clock in the morning if you're old enough to remember that. There's just nothing there. So it's basically just dead air until we go on. So favorite that. It'll give you a little alert and let you know if you're 5:55, whatever. If you forget, it'll say, hey, don't forget, tune into the Men's Room Happy Hour. And today we'll get to talk to some of our coworkers, who again will be hammered. They will be partying all afternoon beside us.
As we look out the windows and can watch the party. But
they can drink, they can eat. Mm-hmm. We will be in here. Turns out, I guess, this year we weren't invited to the Odyssey holiday party because, well, I don't know what we did wrong. Maybe because we came to work every day. But
that's what happens. You show up at work every day, you're not invited.
No. But
all of you that have not come into work in the last year, come on down.
Get some beers. Have some wine. Drink some champagne.
And watch your coworkers that actually work. You can look through a window and see your coworkers that have actually come in to do their job. That's a hell of a thing.
You party. This is going to be a fantastic day here.
I'm sure Castle already said, I already know you guys are going to boo-hoo it. I said, I resent that. But now that you bring it up, yeah,
I'm sure there won't be anybody having a beer.
You know what we should do, man? We should, order a pizza and then only bring it in here for us. You know what I'm saying? That's what we should do.
You know what? I like that.
Look, Miles, it's a hard life you two live.
We should get a chicken.
All of us. You're not invited either.
Yeah. You weren't invited.
You're stuck in here.
Yeah. Sure, it'll be fine.
They don't like you either.
Yeah, they don't.
Well, I know that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you're saying we should grow and understand this. Okay, that's fine.
Pretty sure, right? But we'll be all right.
No, I say we order that pizza. Man. We ordered the pizza. Yeah. They'll deliver beer now. Yeah, just all in here.
Yeah. Well, Friday, we have the run of the place.
Goddamn right we do.
That's the real party.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? You'll like this.
They're not invited.
Yeah. When I was a janitor on the night crew, right? The AFL would have a massive party, right? But obviously we couldn't go.
Of course.
Because we had to work it. So what we would do is the following Friday, we would basically, you didn't have to complete everything. Just get half your floor done real quick. Yep. And then we would go to a steakhouse and have our own party, a White Elephant party.
Oh, really?
By the way, I just saw a coworker on the Rick and she's good looking. That's cool. By the way, we just played the Father Christmas song from the KISW players. Mm-hmm. Okay? So some texts came in immediately. The first one, I just want to clear this up. It says, what the F? I thought if we got the money raised yesterday, Coach for Kids, which we did hit that. Thank you, guys. You weren't going to play that song again. The song was Green Beans. Originally, we were thinking Father Christmas and green beans. We decided to go green beans. That is why you heard Father Christmas. We're still going to punish you with that.
Not this one.
Green bean.
Yeah, you will never hear this again.
Not unless it's a birthday request.
And then someone else says, look, man, I love you guys to death, and I really want to like that song. But my ears bleed just a little bit every time you play it. Sorry, I just can't. That's followed by, the song is really growing on me the more and more I hear it. And finally, we get this one that says,
syndrome.
I hate Christmas music usually, but I'm loving y'all's cover of Father Christmas. I wish it was on my Spotify Christmas list.
Oh, very cool. Oh, by the way,
that's your top Spotify.
There's a video that accompanies that. And if you haven't seen it, head to KISW.com. Our friends at Couch Riffs, who do amazing stuff. They basically collaborate and they have.
With real musicians.
Yeah, through the pandemic, with real musicians who are in actual
that you've
bands
heard of, yes.
That are successful. And they play stuff that's pretty well not in their normal day-to-day wheelhouse. But they'll get together and they'll cover a tune, and they do it all through Zoom, all in their own individual
It's been really
homes.
cool, yeah.
And they put together some just great versions.
The video is legit cool.
And that's what I'm saying.
But we had nothing to do with that part. So understand, the coolest part of this whole thing is the video, which no one here, basically, Castle knows the guy that does Couch Riffs and said, can you do us a solid? All we had to do was come in, play our part to ruin everyone's eardrums.
Yeah, he was in Duff McKagan. He's in Duff McKagan's Loaded.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like Squire's just a cool dude.
Yeah, he is. And
he has to be to tolerate that. Because keep in mind, he didn't just put the video together. He had to listen to that over and over. So as he's editing this video, that dude had to listen to the song more than any of us have heard it.
And because we had so many good singers, he had to sing too. You know what I'm saying? Because
he does sing.
We have such a plethora of talent as far as people who can actually sing in this room. That
by the way, Miggs and I had a conversation about this yesterday morning. And we were talking about the song, Coach for Kids. And I said, yeah, we're going to do Green Beans, but we'll leave Father Christmas alone. And he goes, man, when we first released Father Christmas, he said, all these people are going, Miggs, you really suck on this song. And he goes, man, I thought I did great on the drums. Believe it, it's tougher to play on drums, you think, just with all the rolls and all that. And I said, dude, you did great. And he goes, it wasn't that. People thought that I was Ted singing.
Oh, damn.
Wow. I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but people thought that you singing was Miggs, so they're telling him how bad he sucks. And when he finally pieced it together, he's like, oh, yeah, that's not me.
Oh, by the way.
Yeah, no, that was Steve Miggs, and I was playing drums.
Yeah, don't believe the video where Ted's singing. $76,000, by the way, raised for Coach.
Oh, nice.
That's how we got done yesterday. It's like 370 some coats for kids. I can't remember what the exact number is. Put a brand new coat on a kid here in Needham, Washington State. But if you do check out the video, KISW.com, it's under the coats for kids.
Yeah.
Because we did that in coordination with that. So if you do happen to go to KISW.com, just know you can still donate for coats for kids. If you go and throw in $20 or whatever, they're still in need of coats. So we're going to keep that open for the rest of the year. So you can still go there and donate, get that number rolling back up there, and we'll see if we can do some more good.
Someone just cleared up why we might not have been invited to the company holiday. And I had not given this law. It has nothing to do with the three of us. It just says, once again.
There's four of us.
Well, that's my point. Once again, Mike does not get invited to a party.
Damn it!
We're suffering.
Right, I see,
That's it.
Yep.
So we're suffering because Mike.
Yeah, you know what? The cookies that everybody brought in today, they're fresh baked, maybe like this morning or last night, but they're not hot and out of the oven cookies.
They're still good.
They're real good, man. Castle really.
No BS. The Castle's cookies, it's very delicious.
He made a peanut butter cookie.
I wish you could have heard Miles and Castle's conversation. Just for Miles to get us some cookies to eat. That was well,
this morning
I cannot say anything that was said in the office, but they eventually sorted it out. And
they are for the party. Miles' credit, he commented last night on Twitter, and I was like, "Ooh, those look good." Then he had
to bring those in,
right? And then by the time I saw him right for the show, he goes, "Yeah, they're back there. Do you want one?" Yes.
Yeah, and they're fantastic.
They are
some of the best Christmas cookies I've had in a long time.
They were very good.
Yes,
the texture,
so peanut buttery,
right? And it's not overcooked.
You know what the secret
right.
is? And he told us this early. He gets drunk when he cooks.
That's not a bad call.
He's dead serious. He's like, I like getting drunk and cooking.
I'm going to try this weekend.
There's one thing to cook.
I'm not a baker, but I'm like,
that's exactly right. It's one thing to be able to cook. It's another thing to be able to bake.
Right. I can cook, but
I mean, I can mix a box of brownie mix if I'm drunk and throw it in.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Yes.
But that's not really like making.
That's not baking.
Exactly.
That's ovening.
And speaking of holidays,
I'm ovening this weekend.
Yeah.
We're going to start with a holiday question today. What was a holiday disaster? And since this was earlier on in the spirit of Chinooka, which was earlier, started in November, as you said, Steve.
November 28th.
A home on Fiddler's Run was left uninhabitable.
Can you believe it? Fiddler's Run.
Following a fire that originated from an unattended burning menorah. According to the Toms River Bureau of Fire Prevention. Believe it or not, my first wife's family was from Toms River, New Jersey.
Really?
Yep.
I would have never. I knew she was from New Jersey. I had no idea. I don't think I've heard of
Toms River. First of all, is very nice.
It is. It's basically within the Seaside Heights area.
Right, but it's not.
Where Jersey Shore was filmed.
Right, but you're right. But Toms River to me is like where like the real people live. Whereas
what do you mean real people?
Well, Seaside is trashy.
It's also a little bit more of a summer getaway home. You might have a house you live in there.
Right, think like Ocean City, Maryland Thrill, and then think like Bethany.
Great boardwalk.
But Toms River is like right there, and they were famous for making, I want to say, I don't know if they won the Little League World Series, but they made it one year.
Well, guess what? There's one less house there, Ted.
Yeah. The fire had been reported at 9:42 p.m. on December the 15th. Which is interesting because I'm not sure that fits into the 8 crazy nights as far as when Hanukkah actually began this year.
It's November. It was November 28th to December 6th.
This just happened.
And I only know this. My wife, we were celebrating Hanukkah with the kids, and she was like, "This is how it came down. It's last second." She's like, "OS, it's Hanukkah." I said, "Well, then do something about it, man." So she grabs the menorah, and then she's like, "OS, I don't have any candles." So you just like 2 on day 1, as it were. But she managed to find the little puny-ass birthday candles that you put on a kid's cake.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they burned down in like 2 minutes. So, she lit them, she took the kids through the prayer, and then the candles were gone.
Your wife's Jewish?
Her dad's Jewish, her mom's Catholic. Don't ask me how it works. So we get...
All right, I was like, man, I've known you guys a long time.
Every holiday, man. Yeah, that menorah comes out every freaking whenever the hell Hanukkah starts. She has to keep track of it. I'm like, I don't know.
I have been put on this mission before. I can tell you right now. I did one of those things where I went to 7 different places before I could find menorah candles.
They're very specific. They have them on Amazon.
Judaism is not as big in Seattle as it is maybe on the East Coast.
It is not.
So to find menorah candles, man, I mean, it was like finding a needle in a haystack. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was at Bartell, I was here, I went to Allgreens, went to Rite Aid, went to Fradbach. I mean, I'd roll off like 10 places. I'm looking for frickin' a box of candles. You know what I mean?
Amazon.
I cannot find. You know what? I think this was before the Amazon days. And now I'm trained to know that anything I want is on Amazon. But at that point in time, it's like, I'm out, I'm doing errands, I'm running around, this is on the list, I need to pick this up, blah, 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 blah. Could not find those damn candles, man.
No, and everything is real specific.
And then the ones I brought back were, quote, the ugliest menorah candles I've ever seen.
Aren't they just white?
They're going to be ugly.
Well, but here's the difference, man. Every menorah is different. So they all take different size candles.
Right.
So I bought the wrong damn size candles. So they don't fit in there.
Oh, they didn't fit in there.
No, they didn't fit in there.
That's problematic,
bro. I had to
bro.
go back out. Well, that's how this fire probably started. The fire was witnessed in the first floor window by Pleasant Plains Fire Chief Dan Roman. As he grabbed an extinguisher to go into the home, a fireball exploded, breaking the windows on both floors. What is that, like a backdraft thing, Ted? You know a little bit about fires. How the hell did that happen?
Why do you think Ted knows about fire?
So I guess once
he watched the same goddamn movie we did.
Once you open up,
I know how it works. My neighbor growing up was a fireman.
Oh, right.
My good buddy Lance is a fireman. Fire is like anything else. Like any living thing, it needs oxygen. It needs oxygen. So that's the whole thing. It could sit in there and kind of fester. And then when you open a door or something, that's why oftentimes when you see firemen at a fire that's currently going, they always knock out windows or bang a hole in the roof to kind of.
I always thought they were looting.
Right, so you don't get that fireball.
Yeah. Authorities were able to extinguish the fire before any further damage occurred. Fortunately, no one was hurt, no injuries, because it was a family.
One day we shut the door.
Yeah, it was a family of 6, so they did find them temporary shelter along with clothing and some food. Cause of the fire was blamed on an unattended Hanukkah menorah. The home is.
I did have some questions about
it's a total loss. It's been deemed an unsafe structure
because it's supposed to burn all night, right? And that's part of the tradition, and it makes sense if you understand what Hanukkah's about. But I'm like, hey, man, I really want to go to bed. I'm not cool with the open burning flames in the menorah, and the more days that go by on Hanukkah, the more burning flames that we have just sitting in the house. So, I'm staying up late just to watch these things burn down.
What the candles represent, you do not light the candles and then blow them out. So you let them burn.
That's what I'm saying.
The way down.
I had a problem with this.
Exactly. So that was the cause of the fire. I know we've got a study that looked at how many different types of toys have caused injuries over the last 5 years. Did you guys ever get a dangerous toy growing up? As far as, and I don't mean the band Dangerous Toys. I mean, did you ever get a
toy is dangerous based on. Because you're a kid, therefore everything's dangerous. There are more dangerous toys like the slingshots or a hunting knife or something like that.
BB guns, bows and arrows. Did you guys ever get something that was, obviously we could all bring up lawn darts, but I never think I got I
got a BB gun, but I was already in high school.
I mean, I got some dangerous toys, but like anything, I don't think overwhelmingly times have changed. I just think we have access to more news, but your parents are like, look, we got you this. You need to be safe with this, right? So, but I feel like people are safer with things like BB guns because it's easy to understand the damage, but then you're less worried about something like Legos, and to me, Legos end up causing more problems than BB guns.
Okay, but there are certain things out there that you would get as gifts that were inherently dangerous. I mean, obviously bad things can happen on a bicycle. All kids have bikes. It's a rite of passage. It's not that they're not unsafe. But
we did not get helmets.
A sled that doesn't have any runners on it. It's like a disc or something like that. Or maybe a toboggan-style sled.
We had one of those
dangerous as hell.
You can't steer it.
You can't steer it.
That's all I had growing up.
And you're flying down a hill. K-Tel had skis that were 1.5 feet long.
I got those one year.
That you strapped to your feet.
We found out they're dangerous quick.
You cannot turn. You cannot stop.
Well, no, let's be fair. They're not dangerous.
They would be tricked.
Putting a child on them makes them dead. They themselves were not dangerous. Putting me on them, that was dangerous.
So we're going to tell you the number one dangerous toy coming up after the break. So hold on right now. We'll be right back. Our question, what was the holiday disaster? 206-421.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Find the gifts Dad craves at Lowe's. Right now, you can save on select Skill Power Core 12 tools that feature 25% longer runtime and have patented cooling technology. Save $10 off the Skill Power Core 12 brushless drill driver kit, now just $59.98. Or upgrade Dad's toolbox and save $30 on the 5-tool brushless combo kit, now just $169. There's nothing sweeter than Father's Day at Lowe's. Offer valid 6/9 through 6/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
Everything is better electrified. Like the guitar, toothbrushes, or cars. And Hyundai has a wide range of electrified vehicles, including the first ever Tucson and Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. You can use electric when you want it or gas when you need it. It's your journey. Evolve it beyond the pump in the 2022 Tucson or Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer or learn more at HyundaiUSA.com. Only available in select states. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
99.9 KISW. The men's room is in progress.
Back to that study real quick. Looked at how many injuries different types of toys have caused over the last 5 years. Clear winner. That would be scooters, like the ones made by the brand Razor. They have caused 190,000 injuries since 2016, both kids and adults.
My kids had a Razor for a while. They never hurt themselves, but I probably ate it 3 or 4 times. It's not built for adults. Just don't do it.
Guess what's next?
Bicycles?
Yeah, I'm going to go with 10. Bikes.
Balls are next at 108,000 injuries. Footballs, baseballs, every other kind of ball, not the balls you're thinking of. So the fact that scooters have racked up almost twice as many victims, pretty impressive. Toys like Hot Wheel cars are next, from people accidentally stepping on them and falling.
All right. They're the third most dangerous toy.
Followed by building sets that come with small pieces, so a choking hazard. Frisbees and boomerangs, followed by games and game parts, dolls and action figures, toy boxes or chests, tricycles, and balloons. Those are all the toys that are the most dangerous.
I will tell you this, if you're buying a kid a tricycle, that same child has no sense of direction.
Our question, what was the holiday disaster? 206-421-ROCK.
That's why they get hurt, man. They ride them down steps and stuff. When your kid gets to 2 wheels, I feel better than I did when my kids had 3. Because when you put them on 2 wheels, kids concentrate. You know what I mean? They want to ride the bike. When they had a tricycle, in their mind, it was capable of going anywhere. You want to go down the stairs? Do it on the tricycle.
Yeah, I never got hurt on a bicycle, but I had one of those fire trucks that you had pedals inside.
Yeah.
But of course, like any kid, I drug it up the biggest hill I could find and then hurt myself.
They are not built for that. Hello, Joe. Welcome to the men's room.
Okay.
Joe. We'll get back to Joe. He seems occupied. Hello, John. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, how's it?
Hola.
Hola, bitches. Okay, so the disaster was I ran away from home.
How old were you?
So I think I was about 14 years old.
Oh, so I was hoping you were like 35.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's called abandonment.
Now, is this because you didn't think you were going to get what you wanted for Christmas or just a bad situation at home?
Oh, the bad situation was like at the party. And then all the bigger boys was about to go out and smoke a doobie. So one of my uncles looked at me and said, "Hey, John, let's go." Yeah, well, okay, let's go outside. My grandma, she saw the action. So we went outside, we smoked the doobie, came back in. And then my grandma said to my mom, "Deborah, John's high." And then I was like, oh, man. So my mom took me in the room, gave me a whooping in front of all the whole family. And the thing that made me so mad is my mom buys me doobies. So I was like, I can't say all those words I want to say. So I went outside and cried. I said, hey, you know what? I got a couple of dollars. Let me go. So I just left the whole party.
How long were you gone for?
2 weeks.
Okay, I think if you
2 weeks?
I think if you cry after your mom spanks you, you might be too young to be smoking a joint.
You know what? That's a fair assessment.
I'm just saying. Like, look. It's not that
I was 7th grade.
It's not that I haven't got high before and then had some kind of weird moment or conversation where I was like, I got real sad or something, because that happens too, depending on the situation. But if I'm going to cry because my mom spanked me, probably shouldn't be smoking weed at that point. I just think you're too young. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What is 7th grade? Like 12 years old?
13. What do you say? 14, I think.
All right.
Probably around 12 or 13.
Now, look, I'm a liberal parent. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But that's a little young to be supplying your kid with weed.
Yeah,
for sure. I don't think anyone's going to argue that.
Now, don't get me wrong. I have been in family situations where a 12 or 13-year-old person could have a glass of wine at Christmas dinner. or could have a glass of wine.
Sure.
On, I don't know, New Year's, Christmas Eve.
New Year's Eve, to me, that was the hot
I've
spot.
seen that happen before. That's not
Yeah,
out of the ordinary.
Probably that age.
That's a Catholic house, so maybe.
I think we used to have it with like 7-Up or something, too.
Yeah, either way.
Like red wine and 7-Up.
But yeah, I felt like New Year's Eve, man, the parents are in like this incredible frame of mind that as a child I could never quite figure out. But they're like, yeah, go ahead, have a sip of beer.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, go ahead.
Yep.
Boy, everyone seems like they're in a good mood. Then when you get older, you realize, oh, they were hammered.
And it's late.
It's late. You're still awake. They just want you to go away. Like, yeah, here's a Budweiser.
Yeah, chug it.
What was the holiday disaster?
Chug.
Go to sleep already.
206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Elena. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola. So I was about 7 or 8 years old, and a month before Christmas, my mom broke her neck, and she had to get one of those halos installed. And I don't know how it's
Is that the kind that has like the metal bars that come from all the way around? You know what I mean? It looks like a wreath, but it's really just metal parts and a ring.
Yeah, exactly. It's bolted into your skull in 4 places. So you kind of, it's pretty crazy. So you look like Frankenstein with a box around your head.
Mm-hmm.
So she had one of those on for Christmas, and so she's high on painkillers and probably other stuff, and we're trying to set up the tree, and she fell into the tree and got wrapped up with with her halo in the tree, and I was so young I couldn't get her out, and she ended up just kind of staying on the floor in the tree until her boyfriend got home to help.
How long was she laying there?
I had to have been about 45 minutes, an hour, but it was on Christmas, and I couldn't stop laughing. And my mom was just belligerent and yelling at me, and I didn't know what to do. I was 7. I was like, I don't know. We'll have to wait.
How did she break her neck in the first place?
So we had a husky that would drink out of the toilet and leave a big mess on the floor. Mm. And one night really late, my mom went into the bathroom and slipped on dog slobber and hit her head on the toilet and broke the toilet and broke her neck.
Wow. Oh, my God. She broke her neck on dog slobber.
Yep. Yeah, pretty impressive. That's my mom.
And then does she laugh about this story now?
Probably there's a little toilet water involved as well. You know what I mean?
No, she's dead now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Dead mom. Dead mom.
Ooh. Man, oh, man.
Thanks a lot, bro. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no, she's dead.
Yeah, people take their, their parents passing differently, I guess.
Yeah.
What was the holiday disaster? 206-421-ROCK.
I'm sure after a while, if you're laughing about a story, you could say it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I called my uncle a stick in the mud.
But is he a stick in the mud?
Again,
yes.
He was.
Oh, God, that's right.
Dead uncle.
That's right, dead uncle. The dead stick in the mud.
Man, now he's just in mud.
You're not wrong. Probably marsh. He lived down in North Carolina.
All right, yeah.
Hello, Joe. Welcome to the men's room.
Leroy Jenkins.
Hola.
Sorry about that, guys. I was ordering a custom pair of jeans for my wife.
Oh, a custom pair. What are you customizing on jeans for your wife? Is she misshapen? Does she have 3 legs or something?
No, she had a favorite pair of jeans that she wore out and was never able to find a replacement pair, so I found a tailor that I could bring her jeans to and have them remake them.
Wow. Oh, damn.
Man, you're making everybody else look bad.
You're getting a mouth hug for Christmas.
What was the brand of jeans? Do they no longer make them?
It's a brand called Hudson, and they're still around. It's just those jeans are so old that they just don't make them anymore, and they were her absolute favorite.
Okay. Now let me ask you seriously. When you see her in these jeans, are they really the right jeans for her? Or do they just fit well?
She's gorgeous, and she is 5'5" and about 117 pounds, and she's been like that for 24 years.
Look, man, no one thinks
exactly the same as when we met.
But no one thinks their wife's ugly. That's not what we're asking you. We're saying when your gorgeous wife puts on these jeans, do you find her more attractive, or are you just like, whatever, man?
No, she looks damn good in them.
Okay. How many different people do you know, like your friends and stuff, that you know damn well are attracted to your wife?
A fair number, actually.
But don't you hope people are?
No, I mean, look, man, that's the whole... Look, it'd be different if they weren't. then there's a problem.
Right, if no one finds your wife attractive.
But you, that's the problem. That's the problem.
Right.
If your wife goes out to a bar with her friends and doesn't get hit on, that's a problem.
Right.
That's your problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she comes home and says, yeah, like 5 guys hit on me, you go, good.
Right. All right.
Good. You know why? Because that tells me I'm right.
Yeah. I made a fine choice.
Exactly.
She's been approached by 2 different modeling agencies while she's just been, like, putzing about the mall, trying to get her to model for them. And, like, one was with, like, a Ford modeling agency.
Well, that's different. That's the mall modeling agency.
Okay. Now, how did
No, not the mall modeling agency, no.
Yeah, basically what Steve's going to say.
Huge.
How did you land this gorgeous woman that modeling agencies want and everyone else is staring?
Can you style your own eyebrows with your tongue? What do you got going on?
You know, I ask myself that a lot, and I tell her, you know, it's your fault you married an idiot. You know?
Well, how did you fall into that?
Well, he's probably good looking. It's pretty simple.
Crazily enough, we got set up on a blind date.
Someone was pranking her, and then in the end it worked out, right?
Pretty much. No. Her sister wanted to date my friend, and neither of them had a car, and both my wife and I had cars, so they thought it would be a great idea to set us up together so they would have a ride to their first date.
Where was the first date? Where did you guys go?
Red Lobster.
Sherry's and the Alien 5.
Did you get some pie?
Hell yes.
How about Sherry's? How was the dessert?
It was.
Whoa. Hello?
Yes.
Joe?
Am I gone?
Yeah, you're here. You're good.
All right. It was delicious.
Okay.
Well worth everything.
Nice night. All right.
Now, see, we're trying to figure out how Joe here ended up with this gorgeous woman. And Ted, you said it's probably good looking. Maybe. But immediately, I want you to think of, like, all of the thumbnails on porn. She might be into puffy nipples. She might be into, like, man with misshapen head. Like, she might just have a real weird fetish, and he's just butt ugly to the world, but for whatever reason, that thing that makes him grotesque, boils on his forehead or something, and it turns out that that's the thing that turns her on.
But he's known her that long. So he couldn't have been rich yet, couldn't have been famous yet. It's like, hey, he's a good-looking dude.
Puffy nipples and boils on his head, I'm telling you.
It's either that or the conversation you have, like, how in the hell did they pull that off?
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that I always say. Like, how in the hell? Like, there's got to be something.
Well, but sometimes there's the other end of that. We used to work, I'll just call her Shrek because that's what I called her. I don't even remember her real name anyway, but I remember she said that she met a guy and that she dated him for a while, which I already found unbelievable because I could not believe anyone would look at her and say, like, yeah, I want to date that. Then they get married. Then she gets pregnant. And I'm still thinking there's no way. And then the day that she brought her husband in and I saw him, I said, oh, now that makes complete sense.
Yeah, look, I do it too, right? Like, there's sometimes you hear, like, I'll hear somebody telling a story or whatever, and you're like, oh, man, how are they pulling that off? And then you see the couple and you go, oh, all right.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, she's got a cool job. And sounds hot, but she's not.
Right, exactly. Like, oh, I get it now, man. Never mind.
We have for you 5 seasonal traditions that maybe should inspire a bit of Christmas caution, believe it or not.
Christmas caution?
Yes.
That's a good term. I'm going to start using that.
Number 1
Hey, girl, you better start using Christmas caution around me.
Number 1 is Santa. In an analysis of Christmas injuries published this month, researchers noted hundreds of injuries associated with Santa Claus impersonators. So this would be the equivalent of your father, Ted. Is he still doing that? Mall Santa?
He was never a mall Santa. He used to do private parties.
Private parties.
Private party Santa.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Private Santa.
How much do you
Santa for money.
What would Santa get on a private party? Do we know?
I don't know. He used to do a lot of them, right? Because way back in the day, he worked in the unions too. But the best one is he was going to be Santa at the Teamsters.
Okay.
And his buddy picked him up.
Teamster Santa.
Yeah, it's the Teamsters Christmas party. I guess the boys were getting loose with everybody's buddy. I remember going over there, and he's putting you'd tie up your wrist as if you'd hurt it.
Okay.
And I remember, I was old enough, I was probably like 10 or 12. I'm like, what's wrong with your wrist? And he goes, nothing. I'm just, in case something happens to your dad, I want them to think I'm tough.
What the hell?
Oh, my God.
It's Santa.
This is the Teamsters headquarters.
Did he ever get peed on or anything like that with kids? Or, I mean, did he have anything that was just a little bit more out of the, out of the ordinary?
I don't remember. He did a lot of, different Christmas parties for people, but, I never went.
Okay.
I only went to the Teamsters one because probably my mom was doing something.
Okay.
It also sucked because he would be Santa at our family party. But it's pretty easy to tell when
your dad,
right?
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Dad.
Like we kind of know you,
right? I saw the boots.
The study found, believe it or not, that more than 270 children were involved in Santa-related injuries between 2007 and 2016. Specifically,
that term just sounds awful.
What?
Santa-related injuries.
Specifically, the study notes that some children were injured by falling off Santa's lap. One child visited the ER after she fell running away from Santa in fright. The study advocates for general caution this Christmas and notes that Caucasians were especially prone to Christmas-related injuries.
Yeah, I can believe that, man.
White people, yes.
You think about all the Christmas decorations and everything, probably not in a black neighborhood.
I'm dreaming. Next up is unwrapping gifts.
Oh, come on.
Injuries with knives and scissors spike on Christmas Day as people unwrap gifts, according to a 2016 published report. Now, keep in mind, some of the things you give and get as presents, they are impossible to get into. And I'm not going all the way back to just maybe like you got a CD when you were younger and how hard it was to break into that. But you know that hard plastic that I'm talking about that is seamed all the way around.
It's like a zip tie.
And it's impossible to get in there and open that crap up, man. So if you think for 1 minute that it can be dangerous.
I injured myself doing it.
1,700.
Oh, I've seen somebody cut their hand. Just with like a razor, like a box cutter. I'll cut through this for you.
1,700 documented Christmas-related emergency room visits. A 19-year-old male lacerated thumb with knife while opening a Christmas present. Publication concluded the scissors should be avoided when unwrapping gifts as well as knives. Next up, your Christmas tree, especially dry ones. They can be a significant fire risk, according to the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission. A December 6th release says Christmas tree fires have caused an average of $12 million in damages and 10 deaths per year.
Damn.
According to data recently collected, tips for avoiding a fire: pick a fresh tree if you're buying real. Buy a fire-resistant tree if you're buying artificial.
Well, yeah.
And keep it away from heat sources. Real trees should be given plenty of water to keep them fresh as well, says the agency. Next up is decorating. Should not come as a shock to you. Experts across the board warn that hanging decorations can be hazardous, ladder falls can be deadly, broken ornaments can cause cuts, and worn Christmas lights can spark a fire. Some general tips to avoid include from the group: avoid breakable decorations if you have a small child, inspect lights and cords for damage, and wear before using them. And just try to be careful if you're going up on a ladder, which I think is safe to say.
That's good advice. I just want to say, whoever wrote this report clearly does not have a small child. I want them to understand everything is breakable if you have a small child.
And wrapping paper. Believe it or not, wrapping paper. Yeah, it's festive.
Paper cuts?
No, believe it or not.
Fire.
People, they say, are burning wrapping paper in a fireplace. A flash fire may result when wrappings can ignite suddenly and burn intensely. Not only that, if you have a soot problem in your chimney,
you'll find out
the paper that is on fire goes upward, which it will float.
Right.
It has the potential of catching the inside of your chimney on fire because the embers are still burning and going up, where if you have wood in your fireplace, the embers tend to stay more so in the bottom. So that's another aspect of it. So they say check your smoke detector at least this type of year just to be safe. Our question: what was the holiday disaster? 206-421-ROCK.
You ever had a fire on Christmas?
Fire
from any of the outrageous here about the Christmas trees, the Christmas lights, just cooking the food.
I'm a little amazed we never did. Well, we always had a real tree, and we had those bulbs that, like, some of them flashed. They were glass.
Yes.
And they got scalding hot.
Right.
And then we always put tinsel and all the crap on
I do remember this, which was a little bit strange. My grandfather, a lot of typical people in West Virginia, they had a burn barrel in their backyard for all kinds of things. So the burn barrel was used always exclusively for wrapping paper, for the most part. Boxes, other things.
Yeah.
But it was never, but the paper itself was a little wanky, right? I mean, some of it's got metal things on it, glitter and everything else.
Right.
So my grandfather would also take us out there, and we would get sticks or switches, and then he would have marshmallows, right? So he would throw all the crap into the burn barrel, and then like 2 or 3 kids, my cousins and me, we would roast marshmallows. Now, keep in mind, sometimes the flames coming out of this burn barrel were green.
Right.
Some kind of weird
all
color.
The chemicals burning off.
Some weird thing that was coming from like this ridiculous wrapping paper that had silver on it and all this crap, So we would sit there and roast marshmallows over this toxic fire pit. You know what I mean? And then get them all scorched up and then eat them. I mean, I can still remember going for like a green flame because I thought it was cool.
Yeah, as a kid, you're like, this is going to be awesome.
Toasting my marshmallow.
And then you realize that Miles is blind in one eye. Just real quick, Mike, let me ask you this. Are you celebrating Christmas with family?
Yes.
Will there be women there older than you?
Technically, yes.
Okay. Because I'm going to make this challenge with you.
Okay.
Because I got a wife and I got a mom, all right? And they're going to be together. How many bows you are asked to keep?
Every single damn one.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Just keep marking them down. I just want to compare how many bows we were told to keep on Christmas Day. Because God forbid you just let kids open a gift.
I'm going to say I'm keeping at least 7 bows.
I'm going to go higher. I'm going to say 11. I'm going to have to keep 11 bows.
Somebody give 12. I won't keep any, but I'll have a couple bows. Somebody will show up around Christmas with a bottle of liquor with a bow on it.
Well, find a dog, put it on its head, and it's still got a little stick to it. What was a holiday disaster? 206-421-ROCK.
Can you do that to random dogs?
I used to do it all the time, no dog.
There you go, sucker.
I just put a bow on top of their head and still had some glue on it. Like, here you go again.
Hello, Tyler. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Hey, a couple years ago, we got Nerf guns for Christmas, like the ones that shoot the balls instead of the little darts.
Ooh, yeah.
And so later that day, we were having a war with them, the whole family. And my little brother shot my mom in the eye on accident, and she had to go to the emergency room. Turns out she couldn't see out of that eye for about a month.
Oh, man.
Jesus, man.
Did she buy the gift?
She did, yep.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying, you try to do something nice.
Right.
Trying to hook your kids up. Next thing you know, you're blind in your right eye, man, from a Nerf ball.
Look, those Nerf guns, I got no problem getting the kids Nerf guns. They're awesome. They're so much better than when we were kids, man. They got automatic, semi-automatic.
Apparently they can fire pretty hard.
They do, but I prefer the darts over the balls. Because kids don't have good aim, and it's not you can aim them that well. But that way, when they hit stuff, the thing they hit with the darts don't break. We discovered early on the things you hit with the balls tend to knock things down.
Okay.
Yeah.
The darts are awesome.
That's all I'm saying, right.
Plus those new guns, man, they're just fun to load and unload.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
I'm an adult.
I used to be a fan of the squirt gun. That was the best gun we had as kids.
Yeah. You always got a
high
squirt
power
gun.
and everything else, man. I mean, that was the one.
Better than the cap gun?
Yeah, because it actually fired something.
Right. You could do this with your friends, and there was no question of whether or not I quote-unquote got you. You got a wet spot on you?
Yeah.
I got you.
We would hide a little.
That was playing doctor.
We would hide a little squirt gun. We got squirt guns at some table we signed up for something at school, right? Whatever. But this was in college, so we would have these squirt guns in the living room. You know what I mean? Someone would just be sitting there watching TV. You'd sit there. You'd have it down on the couch cushion. Zap them in the face. Right. Zap.
Yeah.
What was a holiday disaster? 206-421-ROCK.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
En Lowe's tenemos grandes inventarios disponibles en cientos de productos que los profesionales necesitan todos los días, como tejas, concreto, madera y más. Y ahora te los entregamos al día siguiente directamente en tu obra. Empieza hoy y ordena en línea o visita el mostrador para pros en tiendas. Disponible de lunes a sábado en artículos selectos en inventario solo en el área metropolitana de Charlotte, sujeto a disponibilidad. Para pedidos hechos antes de las 4 p.m. Más detalles en el mostrador para pros.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.